The first panel was made up mainly of experts who spoke from their organizational, representational position. Those kinds of roundtables are valuable because first I think you have to have them to start the conversation because you need to introduce what's on the record. People who think deeply about important issues have developed opinions about them, and they need to state those opinions before you can move into a deeper, broader discussion.
We're really talking about changing how media approaches Newark, that changes people's minds that read the news, because that's the issue. If Newarkers only hear about negative stories, they look at their areas as negative.
The thing about a good, strong, vibrant journalistic presence is you hear all the voices, and some of the people who are bringing with good intentions, lots of money and power to Newark redevelopment may not want to hear some of these voices, but if they hear them early, sometimes they can make development better and have it better serve all people.
We're seeing a renaissance. There's a true commercial renaissance as I see it in Newark. The arrival of these corporate giants, which are international corporate giants, means jobs, means ratables, means benefits.
I think that we're not dealing with like the proper hierarchy of needs. You know, like when we talk about including the community, their basic needs aren't being addressed. So like this whole conversation is kind of irrelevant to them.
When we started, we asked them to speak as individuals, not representatives of an organization or cause, because we were interested in viewing these same issues on a different level, a more personal level.
When you hear the word development or economic development, what are the kinds of things that come to mind? What are the kinds of things that you think of?
It's not gentrification and it's not renaissance, it's revitalization.
Revitalization. Okay, others, this top of mind. What comes to mind when you hear that word?
Disparity.
Okay, tell me more about that.
To me, it's about how is it going to impact us and whether or not the people who are engaged in development, one, are going to take the people in the immediate area, consider them, and two, are they just looking for abatements or things that subsidize corporate as opposed to contributing to the tax base?
If public decisions are going to be made by the individual voters, they have to decide that the issue is personally relevant to them to one degree or another. And that's one of the things the smaller group can do, is help the journalist understand where those touch points of relevancy might be.
How big a factor in development is trust? Yes.
I want to know where it emanated from. Was it community driven, community planned? Did it have community input into it?
You can't trust people, like this lady says, if you don't know what their end goal is.
You want to know their motives?
Have to know their motives. It's essential.
I mean, it seems to me that economic development requires, on behalf of citizens to be successful, a leap of faith, that I trust the people, the politicians, the institutions, and others involved.
The most important thing is that the news organization think ahead of time about what they want to accomplish. The original meeting was to get the expertise and the voices on the record, and it did that. The second conversation was about probing deeper. If the organizer's not clear about what they want to accomplish, it'll meander all over the place, and you won't know where you're going or why.